Hey everybody, welcome to our Wednesday, Thursday video for week 2 of May curriculum. Before we get going, I need you to get yourself warmed up. Push-ups, sit-ups, pivot front-ups, jumping jacks, jogging with high knees, mountain climbers, whatever it's going to take for you to get your body moving and a little sweaty, ready to have some fun and learn. Ready, set, go. All right, so first thing we're going to go over today, reviewing, is our rear kicks. Rear meaning kicking behind. All right, and the first rule of striking behind yourself, whether that's with a kick or an elbow or any other kind of strike, is you must always look first. And when you look, it's important that you just turn your head to your shoulder enough to be able to see out of the corner of the one eye where you're going to be striking. Okay, it's easy to want to go like this, but now you're already halfway turned around, and any strike you're going to need to do is only going to have half as much power as you need. All right, so the challenge is only you turning your head, and when you see the target, go for the strike. Okay, so today on our rear kick, if you have an object that you can be kicking, whether that's a pillow, if you guys have some kind of big bag that you can kick on, or even carefully targeting with someone holding one of those square mitts out for you, okay? Whatever it is that you're going to be striking, you need to look first and see it, especially if it is someone holding out one of those mitts for you, okay? You have to see it, and you need to hit your target. Today, I'm going to be targeting this right here on this bag because that's about knee level. And for kids, striking someone in the knee can be a pretty effective defense if you're needing to run and get away to safety. All right, so remember, it's look and chamber, see your target, and kick out. Now, when you go for the kick, if you have one of these kind of big things or some kind of punching bag or something, to really get your power, it's about actually leaning forward as you drive the foot back. I see a lot of kids, they'll go like this and lean back into it and try to push it back. And that's just not going to be as effective as you need it to be, and it's going to be slow. They may be able to grab onto your foot or get out of the way, right? So it's firing that kick out there really quickly as you lean forward to counterbalance your leg driving out behind you. No! Okay? And so when we're practicing, it's also important that you don't turn your body sideways. You want to do your best to just kick straight back. I know I'm cheating a little bit right now using the picture in the video to see where I'm kicking, right? But when I look over my shoulder, I want my toes to be pointed straight down at the floor. If I go like this, then it turns into kind of a weird side kick. You don't need to turn around and face that target until after you've kicked it, right? So if you want to kick and then turn around, that's fine, right? Finish the kick before you turn around, because if you go, then you're losing all your power. You need to be able to drive straight back and come straight back up after the kick. So practicing a little bit of form, especially if they're using that mitt, start slowly and kick out gently. Make sure you've got your foot in the right position. Seeing your target, hitting your target. After you have become accurate, going slowly, then you can pick up the pace, kick a little harder. No! Right? And do 10, 15 on each side. Get a good workout. Practice slowly on both sides, not just the one side, before you switch to moving fast with power. All right, so have some fun with those rear kicks. Ready, set, go. Okay, guys, so next thing we're going to be going over is part of our headlock, the rear headlock defense escape. Last video, we worked on stepping and slapping, practicing that slap with really big power. And today we're going to practice on kind of the second part of that escape, where we step back and through. So Ms. Marie's gonna come on out and help me review with you guys. So what we're gonna focus on, we're not gonna do the slaps today, but we're gonna focus on the step to the side and then the step down and under. So when they put an arm around you, remember, grab and turtle and step to the side. Slap, slap, slap. Just do your one slow. And then it's taking this foot that's more in front of their body and swinging behind and under, sneaking out under the arm. Okay? If they grab you with the other arm, if they're left-handed like Ms. Marie is, oh no, right? Step to the side. We're going to skip the slaps today, but then push up on the elbow as you step back and through, okay? So either way, it doesn't matter which side they grab you from, but you want to step towards the arm. So if it's the right, if they're coming from this side, if I go this way, well then it just kind of cinches it in tighter for them. So I need to go this way, and I have to get low. If I just step sideways like this, it's not, then it kind of becomes a wrestling match a little bit. But if I get low, then it pulls her off balance as well. And then step under and through. Thank you, ma'am. All right, so what I want you to do today with a partner or whoever you've got to be able to help you, this isn't speed drill where they try to really cinch it in tight. Just, I want you to put your arm around them nice and slow so they can grab, step to the side, just think, slap, okay, and then push up on the elbow, step behind and through and come out. And then if they grab from the other side, you step the other way, slap, and then push up on the elbow and step through. So I just kind of want you to get used to practicing that step and out and under so you really get the hang of that stepping through, so that it really kind of just becomes a natural movement. Some kids still find themselves wanting to step in front or just kind of turn around and, right, try and just kind of wiggle their way out. But it's really important that you step to the side, get low, and then really reach the foot behind as you push out and under, right? Getting low, reaching behind you with that foot to sneak out and under, okay? So practice that several times, mostly with the right side. Once they really get the good hang of that, then try and mix it up with the left side a little bit too. But just remembering to step towards the arm that grabs and then sneak the front foot all the way behind as you go out under the arm, getting low. All right, so have some fun practicing that escape. Ready, set, go. Okay, guys, next thing we're going to go over today is just a review of punches. All right, so remember, a proper fist curls the fingers in nice and tight, brings the thumb across in front, and when you punch out, it's these knuckles that are coming out in front. It's not these ones. We're not knocking on the door, but you want to have a nice straight line down your arm to those punching knuckles so that those are what make contact. If your wrist is tilted up like this, then you're going to be hitting with these front knuckles, and that's not going to hurt them as much as it hurts you. So make that nice tight fist. I'm going to pull my bag over here just so I have something to hit on. Okay, so when you're doing a punching drill, keeping those hands up, remembering that your forward hand is the one that punches first, and I'm not just reaching my arm out, but I'm twisting my hips to get it all the way out. And then when I do the reverse hand, reverse punch, that means the same side as my back leg. I'm not just sticking my arm out there, but I'm twisting those hips, pushing off the back foot. When I push off the back foot, make sure the ball of my foot stays on the floor. I don't want to push and flop over, because then that's really unsteady footing. So it's push, leaving like you're getting ready to run a race, right? You get down and you got that toe on the ground, so you're ready to push off. It's the same idea with that punch. Twist the hips and throw that punch out there. Okay, front hand goes first, so that's punch. Rear hand comes next, reverse punch, and coming right back. Hands always coming right back here. We don't want to go punch, and punch, and then we start doing this swimming thing, and that's really bad form. That's not good punching. So it's straight out, back to your face, straight out, back to your face. Always keeping our hands up in cover, good cover, so that we're ready in case they're striking back. Okay, so hands up, punch, reverse punch, practicing that good form, reaching with the hips, turning the hips, pushing off the back foot, and bringing those hands right back to cover. All right, so once you've practiced that slowly a couple of times, if you guys are using a pair of those hand mitts, make sure you hit across to the opposite side, because if we go to the same side, then we're punching way out wide, and it's better targeting to go across, because then it's closer to hitting the same target. All right, so hitting across to the opposite side. Once you've got it slow, then turn it into kind of a fun upbeat drill where you're maybe bouncing, 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 and they flash the mitts out and say, go, and you punch, and then come right back to here, right here, and they flip them out, and you say, go, 1, 2, and you keep moving. If they say down, drop down to your belly in a sprawl, come back up in that ready stance, bouncing, bouncing. They flash those mitts, and you go, 1, 2, and you keep moving, all right? So make a fun drill out of that, going for maybe 30 seconds to a minute, depending on how much energy you have, all right? But have some fun mixing it up. Keep your body moving. Keep those hands up the whole time, all right? And have fun punching. Ready, set, go. All right, guys, so today on Courtesy, we're talking about number 4 and number 5. So number 4 we've got here is calling adults Mr., Miss, or Mrs., and I also like to include using sir and ma'am. All right, so Mr. is for gentlemen, for guys, for men. You can even use it for boys. Sometimes if you're in my class and you ask me a question, you raise your hand, I might say, yes, sir, tell me, you know. So Mr. and sir are both ways to refer to men. All right, Miss and ma'am are for women, as well as Mrs. All right, so let's differentiate Miss and Mrs. Really, it's not a big deal if you just call everybody Miss. That's okay. Miss is for any female, but Mrs. is typically for a female who is married. I am married, and that's why my last name is Dunaway. It didn't used to be Dunaway. Before that, I was Miss Noland. I've been married for 16 years, so now it's Mrs. Dunaway, because I'm married. And if you're not sure if somebody's married or not, just use Miss. That's okay. And one way you can sometimes tell if someone is married is if they have a ring on their wedding finger. I don't wear my ring because I'm punching and hitting stuff, and I don't want my ring to get damaged or the equipment to get damaged by my ring. So that's why you can't always go by whether or not they have a ring on their finger, but sometimes that can clue you in. And then the same goes for the word ma'am. You can use that anytime. It doesn't matter if they're married or not, young or old. It's a respectful way to address someone instead of saying, hey, lady, hey, guy, right? That's why we want to use these titles, Mr., Sir, Miss, Mrs., and Ma'am. Those are respectful ways to refer to people, especially if you don't know their name at all, or if you only know their last name. And unless an adult tells you, oh, yes, you can call me by my first name, it's always polite and respectful to use those titles when speaking to someone, even when it's just your maybe your friend's parents. I try to teach my kids to refer to their friends' parents as Mr. or Mrs. Even if they've been told, oh, you can use my first name, well, you could still say Mr. Bob or Miss Sally. It's a way of showing respect and showing that you know that they are an authority. We've talked in the past about who our authorities are, and that's just a respectful way to show that. All right, and then number 5. Ooh, this is the toughest one. Doing good to those who are mean or say bad things about me. Being nice to bullies. That's really tough, because you know what? Even grown-ups have to deal with people who are unkind, who are mean, who are not courteous. And as Christians, right, here in our school, we believe in Jesus Christ, and so we try to live our lives according to God's word, the Bible, and the Bible does tell us we need to treat people the way that we want to be treated. That's being respectful, that's being kind and courteous, even if someone else is being mean or rude. And so that it takes practice. And you have to try really hard at it, because our human nature, our sinful nature, is to just treat people the way that they're treating us. If they're being nasty, we want to be nasty back. And we have to try and overcome that. That's where we ask God for strength and courage to be kind and courteous in the face of rudeness and meanness. So we can't do it all by ourselves. We ask God to help us be kind and courteous even when we think people don't deserve it. Maybe they're not treating us nicely, but we want to obey God and live according to his word by treating people the way that we want to be treated, even if it doesn't seem like they deserve it. So I really want to encourage you guys to work on that. I work on that every day, and I think I do an okay job of it, but sometimes I don't. And when I don't, I pray about it, I apologize for it, I ask for forgiveness from the person and from God, so that I can do better the next time. All right, so work on that, guys. It's a tough one, but you start now as a kid, you'll get better at it. It'll be easier to do when you're an adult with God helping you through it. All right, have a great day.